don't know.
Hey, good morning. Look.
Where have you
Let's
been?
go. I was invited back to the show, guys.
Kristy, welcome back.
Thank you. So excited to be here.
This is our first live show in many, many, many months. And I thought, let's get Kristy back here, right? You haven't been around. You walk in the room, everybody cheers, they're happy to see you. And you've been out doing your own thing. And we thought, let's get Kristy back in here. You brought a nice mug.
Yeah, of course, you know I have my coffee. Hello. Although they don't have coffee in here since I left.
Yeah, we'd be slumming it since you left. You know,
goodness.
We forget about all the little niceties that you bring, and so it's good to see you.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a fire alarm going off over there.
I do
That's
love
the risk
coming
in
back
live
to
television
visit.
there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do love coming back to visit. I go up and have lunch up top often. You know, you guys are my family. I love you guys.
Yeah. Well, I thought about coming and being like, it's Kristy from not Findlay.
Hey, it has been a transition, right? You're used to walking in like, it's Kristy from Findlay. Now it's Kristy from River Valley Home Health and Hospice, which is obviously a very different world.
Very different.
But if you guys follow me at all, you'll know that my Showing Up with Kristy page, I've continued to do some spotlight style things. You know, it's a lot. The hospice world has been very different, obviously, and I have a lot to learn.
So I wanted to ask you, you were talking about a little bit earlier in talking about it wasn't exactly a smooth transition in business. Not that you didn't have a smooth transition, but wildly different businesses.
Wildly different businesses. Obviously, again, anyone who's watched our show or been part of me knows that I am happy, bubbly, like it is all about sunshine and roses. Obviously, the hospice side, just like you, yes. Obviously, the hospice side took a little adjustment with emotions, for sure. Yeah. The good part about it is my team that goes and helps. You know, you take your loved ones home and be able to kind of deal with the beginning to the end of what that looks like. But for me, I am a crybaby Sally, and so my emotions
Your poor tear ducts ran out.
Oh my gosh, I would just go home and like stare at the wall for a while, and everyone's like, it's perfectly normal. Yeah. But
and you were talking about, you know, some of the things that, you know, in that phase of life and in that industry, some of the wins are a little different. They show up a little different, you know.
They do.
It's a very tough thing to do, and you guys make that transition happen.
Yeah, it's really cool. Again, to have a team, you know, when you go on hospice, you get a nurse, a social worker, a CNA, a chaplain. You really get our whole team that kind of follows you through the journey and helps you and answers questions. It's really challenging to do that on your own. And it's also equally as hard to watch your loved one pass away in a hospital. So although the emotions are very real, and I'm, you know, 9 months into this and kind of just starting to learn how to detach that a little bit. But you know me, I love to connect with people. Connection with people is really, I think, where I shine and what I enjoy. So it's really cool. It's really cool. I have a good team that really acknowledges me, and when I'm having like a bad moment, they'll be like, Kristy, slow down, because you know I'm the Energizer Bunny, and they're like, you're doing too much. And I was like, wait, what do you mean I'm doing too much? You're like, just, it's okay to breathe. So it's nice,
brakes.
yes, to have somebody say like, okay, you're doing a great job. It's a lot to learn. Take a moment. Yeah.
Very good. And now I did see that you were starting to, I think you're calling them something different.
Yeah, so
but you're going
like drop-ins.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been taking all of the ones that we did, because at first I was kind of like, what do you do with the spotlights and the community stuff? And to be honest with you, that is such a key piece to who I am and what I have always done. I think, I mean, you know, back in the day when we were young and we were running football teams and doing, you know, coaching, yada yada, it's always a key piece to our puzzle. So for me, our spotlights and our interviews, they will not get lost. I'm going to continue to share them and show them. But I kind of had to figure out, I was out there and everyone's like, what are you doing now? Why are you not doing spotlights? And I was like, okay, well, how about a drop-in? So they're much different, but they're fun.
Spotlight them, drop them in, crash them, whatever.
Whatever,
it was such a fun thing. And you know, it was really something that you did uniquely your own. And, you know, if we went out and tried to do the same thing, it wouldn't be the same thing, you know. And so I was glad to see you doing them again. I know that people enjoy them. And I know that over the years, the impact we've had on people keeping their businesses open or just appreciating some advertising they couldn't get otherwise. Or, I mean, we found places I didn't even know existed.
Listen,
I was like, where the hell are you going?
So fun. The funnest parts of it really was taking these small places and just giving them, you know, a shout out really at the end of the day. And we know how important community is and how there was just a post I just posted up, but it was basically saying like our small businesses, you know, really ignite everything for our community without each other supporting each other. And, you know, the industries are wild and crazy, whether it's car business, hospice, you know, we're doing Gleason and Sons excavating and grading, but to watch people show up for each other, even when you're in the same businesses, that doesn't happen everywhere. We're really special.
No, it really doesn't, and it's actually kind of something that's become lost, especially, I would argue, on some of the newer generation of, you know, kind of supporting the American dream of doing your own thing, making it. Yeah, it's tough, but going out there and supporting one another, and it's like everyone's just defaulted to, I'll just order Amazon and it'll be fine, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we can watch our younger, you know, versions of ourselves, our children, our groups that we love, and you see a different kind of work ethic, I would say, which is a little scary, you know, because you have to get out there and grind no matter what industry you're going in. And I think our younger kids are going to have to find that out the hard way because they're very computer savvy and, like you said, order it offline, no waiting. Yeah. But the truth is it's hard
TikTok
work.
TikTok shop saved me.
Yes, yes. I hope so. I hope everybody becomes, you know, the biggest, makes tons of money on TikTok. I hope so. But if not, they're going to have to learn how to grind.
Right. Well, if that works for everybody, that's great. You know, I told Benjamin, who's leaving in like 2 weeks.
Listen, I'm watching it on Facebook, and I'm like, oh, the emotions that come. Let's talk about it so you can cry.
Oh, no. No crying. I've got my cry moments already scheduled out. So,
good.
But I told him, like, son, you're going to have to work your ass off through your 20s. Yeah. And then working your ass off through your 20s is going to get you somewhere you hopefully want to be in your 30s, and you can build and establish and move up and do whatever, you know, and then hopefully you're in some kind of spot. But you have to work your ass off at some point.
Yeah.
Like, that is a part of it. Anyone, you know, outside of the 1% of TikTokers who are cute enough and funny enough to dance well.
Right, yeah.
Everyone else had to work their ass off. Yeah. And that's the reality. So I think that thing is probably lost. I think I always tell people TikTok and YouTube and influencer is the new, I want to play in the NBA when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know,
You're
cool.
100%
Go chase your team, do your thing, but you better have a backup plan.
Yeah, you gotta figure out a plan for sure. I'm so proud of Benjamin and you. I know it's like this kind of mission we started with the kids when they were young. You know, what would this look like? Whether it was baseball, basketball, football, blah, blah, blah. But to watch you guys kind of take your journey. I mean, we were on opposite teams all of our lives, but to watch him succeed, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I'll give you that's a big win and like kind of the end of this phase of it for him. But yesterday, one of the kids got kids that are going to be a senior this year got an offer. And that's the start. You know, like there's a lot of offers out there. Not all offers are great. Not all offers are, you know, what you want.
Yeah.
But it was pretty fun to see one of those kids who came up, played football with me, get an offer. And Benjamin is like, sent me a picture. I'm so proud, Dad. This is awesome. Da, da, da. And I was like, all right, maybe it was worth it, you know. Because I've been, you know, whining and fussing about that whole world, and so you see that and you go, maybe it was worth it. Maybe it was pretty cool.
Yeah. So. Well, I think, you know, we've kind of been through that as well with the boys. You know, Vinny came back from college. He decided he didn't like it, so he's going to figure out what he's doing, and Dre decided to come back as well, although he is going off to college again. He's going to be a dentist, so he's kind of changing his life. But I think that you can never get back that time. And not everyone gets the gift of being on fields with their children. Not everyone, you know, is able to build their work life around that. So, man, what I think we could do different, I don't know that I ever would with any 4 of my kids, because my entire life was built around being there to pick them up, to be, to be their coaches, to be this. Did it make me a millionaire? No, but you know what?
Did it make me a little broker?
Yeah. The memories that were built, and for them to know, like, we're always going to be there.
It's a special part of life. I think I posted a thing the other day where like 1% of youth athletes go to college, let alone pro, for that sport. And but I would say almost the opposite. 99% of them look back favorably on it with their friendships, the things they learned. That's part of it too.
It is. Honestly, if it makes them a good dad coach when they're younger, then I feel like it's successful,
Yeah, it's so funny. We're going to go out, drop him off, and then a month later is the first game. It's right around his birthday. So I already got that time off. I'm going to go back for his first game. I don't know if he'll play. I don't know if he'll... No idea.
Just about
but I'll be back
there
for his birthday and whatever else. And one of those times, like, I already played out in my head that I'm going to struggle with is being, like, sitting in the stands and, like, watching them run out and just being like, holy shit.
We made it, kid. We made it.
Yeah. And ironically, it's, I believe, the week of the shovel game.
Oh, shush.
So I'm going to miss the shovel game.
The first time in what?
A long time.
20 years?
Oh, yeah, a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of hit me and I was like, wow, I can't be everywhere. Like, I gotta make some choices.
I gotta make some choices. Yeah. Well, we've always given up our vacations for our kids' sports things, and you'll continue to do that. You're not getting off that easy.
I know. I got that. You know me. I don't like planning things.
No.
So I usually just be like, hey, I'm not gonna be there on Friday. Can I take a day of some sort?
No. Now you gotta have a plan.
So now I have like all these games scheduled and travel, and it's different. It's very different.
Yeah. It's really where your heart breaks and mends all at the same spot.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting.
Honestly, watching your kids grow and them being able to make their own choices and decisions in life.
It's weird.
You're like, I really don't, my opinion doesn't truly matter, even though we know it does, but it's not, and then I always think to myself and tell Mitch all the time, like, listen, man, we are over our 40s. We're in our 40-ish,
Ish.
And look I'm still changing careers in life. So I think that, we've raised good kids and their journeys are only beginning.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's part of like them watching me really kind of transition and grow. And
so Benjamin already changed his major.
Oh, yeah.
He hadn't set foot on campus.
And he's already changing it.
And on one hand, I was like, really, son? But on the other hand, I was like, most of the people I know have changed or transitioned from what they thought they were doing. I mean, you even have people who had careers, and they were like, I'm done with this. I'm going to go sell real estate. Or, man, I hate this. I'm going to go be a teacher. Like, they had some other type of job and it was unfulfilling. And so in my head, I just, I've stood by the thing that I want you to have an education so you're not limited and you can do whatever. You can always go into something after that. And it seems like there's some shortage of time, but Christ, you'd be 22, 23 when you graduate. Like, that's a lifetime.
I know. It's weird to think. I mean, my oldest one has already graduated, and she's doing social work, and she's actually going to back to school to be a nurse. And, I'm like, listen, sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Sky's the limit. Do not stop. Go for the gusto. Why not? But they'll change their mind probably every 2 years.
I'll be changing my mind half the time.
That's the nice thing about life is you get to change your mind. And when you have, people who love you and support you, when you have a community like this, I mean, it goes well.
Yeah, for sure. And then, the luxury of having parents that support you, which not everyone has. And, I tell Benjamin, I've been telling Benjamin since he was like 5 years old, you got to be able to figure it out on your own, son. I don't know if I'll be able to help you. I've been telling him that since he was 5. Here he is, 18. I'm like, I don't know, son. You might be on your own after this. I don't know where the world's going, Yeah. And so I've been telling him crazy stuff.
He's like, whatever, Dad. You guys are here.
I've been telling him listen, at some point you got to do your own shit, and I hope I told you some good information, And he's like, yeah, I know. I'm like,
He's like,
right.
okay.
Yeah.
You'll get the phone calls. You know, they want their independencies for sure, but the phone calls are always nice, or the, you know, stop-ins. We've been, the kids kind of have their own, obviously, schedules now, so we've stopped Sunday dinners and did Wednesday dinners, and I always find it really exciting that they still want to come to Wednesday dinner and, you know, take time with them, even if I got to buy them or make them dinner.
Yeah, so we went, you know, for like the last 6 years, we go to football, and about every second or third day, be like, hey, and we'll go Vito's and get dinner.
I'm sure that if you don't go twice a week, they're calling you to be like, are you alive? Is everyone okay?
Well, a lot of my habits and, you know, like patterns have changed. And so I was actually down at the Toros practice the other day, and started out as like getting Bender some work, and I was like, I help a little bit. And then, so anyway, tomorrow's my last day. Tomorrow's my last day helping the Toros, and then I'm back to normal life. And so, Bud, you want to go get some? You want to go get Vito's after football? He was, you know, with the boys working out, and I said, ask Domino. I'll text Chad. You know, so I ended up. Not everybody showed up, but like, and so I was sitting there and I was kind of like weirded out. I was like, so how's football? You know,
Hi,
what have you guys been doing?
Going on in life?
What have you guys been up to? You know,
Oh.
and but it was fun to do that, and then kind of like gave me a little flashback to that, you know, habit of like 6 years of that. You know, these kids couldn't even drive.
Yeah.
And taking them home, and you're like, all right, well, I'll take you home, but we're going to go eat first. And they're like, hell yeah, that's awesome.
We're in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think we could go on and on about. I had a girlfriend one day say, like,
Says hi, Kristy.
oh, hi. Say, don't you ever get tired of being at the school all the time with your kids? Like, don't you ever just want to go do things? And even back then, I was like, honestly, they're what I want to do. Like, it's their people, places, and things. It's the connections that you make with the other kids, with the other parents. It's the who they should be hanging out with, who they shouldn't, who you need to send some food home with, who you don't, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I think the gift that I thought I was giving to them really was the gift to myself. You know?
It's more of a mutual thing than it is a one-way street than you realize. So I really hope that it's kind of funny. I think two of the kids I coached maybe in my second year at Mojave are coming back to coach. And
they're going back to coach at
yeah, a couple good kids, and they're going to go back and help and coach. And you know, I don't know if that'll be like a, holy cow, this is crazy, I'm not doing this again, or if this will be the start of them you know, coaching for a long time. Who knows? And I just think, man, I hope I gave him some good advice. You know.
I hope I didn't mess this up, huh?
Yeah, for sure. So I wanted to ask you, with the drop-ins, with the new career, life changes, what's in the future for you? Are you guys doing big things? Are you going to stick to supporting small stuff? What's new on the horizon?
Well, obviously the home health and hospice, I have so much to learn, you know, and there's so many different agencies out there. So, you know me, I'm always like, how do I set myself apart? How do I become the different one? So that's really my goal, is to learn the ins and outs of what I'm currently doing and make myself successful in that business. Showing up for people in a much different way is actually me finding a whole new piece of myself, which is kind of interesting, and I'm enjoying that. I also think that it took me kind of out of the limelight a little bit, which was kind of weird and in the beginning, but it allowed me to kind of take a pause and really figure out who I was becoming and what I wanted to do with River Valley Home Health and Hospice, and how do I make a difference in Kristy fashion. Obviously, it can't just be normal, you know. So I've been able to do that. My two target areas are Needles and Laughlin, and you know that I love Needles, so I've been blessed to be able to really spend a lot of time in those two areas, and I have two other liaisons, Letty and Nicole, that work the other side. But together we're a pretty strong force, and I guess watching myself learn, change, and grow has been pretty exciting. You know, because here, I mean, we kind of did our thing, and there wasn't, you know, there wasn't much more to move. I wasn't really growing as a person, and this has really challenged that with me. So I love that. I love now kind of jumping back into the spotlight world, the drop-ins, and reminding myself of the importance of that. I mean, 9 months later, I still see people who are like, why aren't you doing your stuff? So it's really finding a balance of that. And you know that I love that. So,
yeah. So you know what's funny is I saw that you had reshared an old one, and it was like a flashback for me. I was like, oh my God, I completely forgot that. And then I went in the comments, and I would look, and I was like, oh shit, I've completely forgot about all that. Not that we did it, but that one specifically, and then those people specifically. And then you forget, you know, how many people you connect with, and, you know, we probably all know there are people that know you who've never met you.
Yeah.
And
I just walked into Warmsea, and one of the gals is like, I don't know you, but I know you. I've watched all your stuff. And I was just like, you know, I remember early on, I was like, man, people are staring at me, and I find myself like, what are you staring at? And then I have to be like, oh, stop. Like, maybe they're watching the show, you know, and generally that's what it was. But I'm continuously reminded, A, that this community is amazing and that we show up for each other, which, you know, that's a lot of where Showing Up with Kristy came from. But B, that it does matter. Those shout outs mattered. And I mean, the places that we went, the people that we've interviewed, the whys are still all there. And those people continue to love Findlay, continue to love me, continue to love you. Like, I probably downplay it sometimes because it's a little embarrassing sometimes, but the truth of the matter is I am so proud of the things that we accomplished and the people that we touched, and, you know, the small businesses that got a little shout out. So yeah, I am going to continue to share all those because they're part of our history.
Well, we look forward to seeing your new ones, and it's kind of, so I feel the same way in regards of some of the sponsorships and Athlete of the Weeks and things like that, because I get to receive some of that praise from the parents, the kids, the coaches, the whomevers, and not everyone at the store gets to. And so I try not to keep it to myself, but it's kind of a weird thing of like, hey guys, we did this thing, look at us, but it's not us. It's, you know, it's really a collective thing and a collective effort, and so it's kind of fun. Did you ever have a favorite? Did you have like a favorite spotlight where you're like,
oh my gosh, so many. Well, you know, the American Pizza is just always one of those ones. It just hit. They're this family-owned business. They're only open certain days a week. They are American as American can get, and it is just one of those places that is just beautiful. You know, Barron Pest Control.
And we brought pizza back.
And we brought pizza, yeah. Like Barron, when you see a company that their employees, I mean, they have employees who've been there 15, 20 years. When you get to take people like that and just give them a shout out and say like, hey, this is what we do. You know, Correa's, I mean, we all love them. We all know what they do. But if you know, I think what we really tried to do was capture a little bit of who they really are and, you know, give that little piece to the puzzle.
Behind every business, there are individuals, and it's kind of funny being in this BDC room so much.
Yeah.
People don't treat you like a person, they treat you like an entity.
Yeah.
You know, the stuff that people say to some of our guys is crazy.
Because they're on the
Oh
phones.
man, like if I was more creative, I'd find a way to like,
do you
I
talk
can't
to your
believe
wife with that mouth,
talk
or your
to
mother?
anyone like that, like in person, talk to somebody like that. But when you go and you see who's the person whose livelihood rides on it, who's the person that makes it special, who's the, it puts a different touch to it. You know, we've always been a why company, why, and your why is your reason, you know, and so it was fun to be able to do that for other people who maybe either didn't realize it was valuable or just didn't have the ability or opportunity to, and it was kind of fun to do.
Yeah.
You know? I think my favorite ones were always the ones that went off the rails.
Of course.
You're a wild roaming animal, or
listen, how many times have we jumped in the water?
Yes, you have a plan and then nothing in the plan works, you know?
Shane would be like, okay, so the Bullhead Pool is opening up, and it's like freezing outside, it's winter. Do you want to get in the pool? And I was like, well.
It's freezing for Arizona. It was like not that bad.
It's like, well, no, but yeah. I'm like, okay, well, let's do it.
Yeah.
Somehow you had convinced me. It was a great idea.
We're sponsoring the Splash Bash coming up on Saturday, right? And they want to go do a promo. And they're like, yeah, it'll be fun. We'll do this, we'll do that. And you know me, I'm like,
like
I'm not
put
doing
him in the
that.
water. Who's going in the water?
That. And so
I saw you got Chris in the water.
We volunteered. I was like, yes. He says, oh, dude, I'll do a backflip. And I was like, all right. So
yes.
I went down, talked to Shauna, and I was like,
guess
Bancroft's coming, and he'd actually like to backflip into the pool. And so, you know, you could just see the, like, oh, I don't know if we should have somebody be doing that. And, dude, I'm telling you,
Don't
like
do
a fish to water. Bancroft climbed up this thing, backflipped on cue, no warm-up, no practice.
Love it.
And the amount of people that I've, like, had comment or, General Manager did backflip. Like, we got all these new guys, you know.
Yeah.
And it was pretty funny. But
it's good.
It immediately made me think of that time that you had to jump in the pool in the winter.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of funny, no matter where we go in town, whether it's Kingman or Havasu, you know, I'll be like, oh, well, I have a place, I did a spotlight there. Oh, I have a place, I did a spotlight. The people that we've gotten to, that I've personally gotten to be impacted by or, you know, become friends with, or where we go, like, hey, you know, I want to do a little video. I mean, what I learned from you, what I learned from Jeff on even just doing my little silly videos is just something that's really cool. And, you know, I mean, again, this community is amazing. Being able to be with River Valley Home Health and Hospice and now hit them on a different light. I think I started with children in the very beginning and then went to, you know, the average Joe, and with Total Body Boot Camp took me into a whole nother journey of people. And then with Findlay, I mean, I'll say this years over and over again, Findlay captured my heart years prior when the names were always on the back of the jerseys, no matter if we were playing basketball, if we were playing baseball. So I think, you know, you guys were really a big piece of reminding me too how important the community is and how we show up for each other. And give me a call if you need me.
That's right.
Yeah, you don't stand alone. It's a scary world when you're dealing with family and loved ones who aren't feeling well.
It's pretty wild because it's such a big part of, I mean, it's a huge thing.
Yeah.
But you only ever experience it
hopefully one time in your
very
life,
late
you
in
know?
life.
Yeah.
You know, obviously a lot of folks probably taking their spouses and or parents, and but there's no practice for it. You don't rarely ever have this experience more than once, and so having somebody guide you through it's got to be priceless.
Yeah, I think, and that's really the gift. At the end of the day, nobody wants to make these choices or decisions, but having a team behind you that allows you to make them and have questions and answers. And you know, I'm the first one that you see. I'm the liaison, so I can't imagine being one of my nurses or my social workers. You know, they go really in depth with these people, and you really become family because it's really a process. You know, you're with them in their most trying times, but I'm always open for a question or a concern or a call. It does not mean that you're going on to hospice, or, you know, we have the home health side as well. But it's nice to have people to call. So know that you can call me, any of my liaisons. I mean, you know, half of my friends are out there and other businesses, and we're amazing. We're amazing. All of us are amazing. But you should call me, of course, because, you know, so I mean, I want them to call me.
You gotta cut a promo.
But I know, but all my friends are amazing too. They're all out there. I kind of chuckled when I first came into this, and I had some people kind of look at me like, oh, we're in competition. I'm like, listen, bro, I'm in competition with myself. Right. You know, trust me, you are not my worry. Like, I love you. We are still friends. We are not, this is not a thing. We ain't gonna talk about work, but.
Not that it's the same, but it's similar in the car business. Like, yes, we are competition.
Yeah.
But there's a much bigger picture here, and there's a lot of people out there. Yeah. Like, there's got to be a way for us to both coincide. Yeah. In some form of a friendly world. You know.
You know me. I like everybody to like me, of course. That's hello. But yes, so I am with River Valley Home Health and Hospice. If you don't know, we are actually on Frontage Road. My number is 928-397-4541. You can call me anytime. Our information is all over. Again, if you have a question or a concern.
That means you have to answer your phone.
I know. Listen, you know. I will say the most challenging part of it was 2 phones, and yeah, you're on call 24/7 basically at the end of the day. That was challenging to me because I don't like to be on my phone ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so give me a holler, questions, concerns. I'm still out there in the community. I am still very thankful, and I appreciate everyone. I'm grateful to be here today. I'll come back anytime, of course.
Well, we'll definitely have you back. I know you said Sid said hi, Jeff?
Yeah, Sid.
Let's go, Sid.
So,
Michelle.
Michelle. You know what?
Vin Cotton, our old fan, remember her?
Oh, yes.
Said she missed you.
You know what was a good one? I tried to share too, and I have to go back and find it. It was Sid and his dad.
Yeah.
It didn't let me share it, so I got to figure that out.
You guys couldn't hear me, sorry.
Some of them were
I can't
kind of
figure
weird.
out. We don't change the settings. Every once in a while, post will just be restricted or screwed up or something.
I think it's
so irritating.
I don't know because some of them were so long when we first started doing them
yeah.
too. But yeah, I'm still here. I didn't go anywhere. I love you guys.
Well, we appreciate it. I'm sure that as everybody sees you, they're going to
like and share this show because I want it to be the most watched that Shane's done.
That's good.
I want to be the winner.
I don't care which one's the most seen, as long as people will be seeing it. So, and I told you we're getting back to it, and we thought it'd be fun to kick it off with you.
Well, thanks.
Kind of where we ended off with the live shows and things. So, we miss you. We appreciate you.
I love you guys.
I'm glad you're not around here crying anymore.
Yeah.
I don't like all that crying. It's too much emotion.
Too much crying.
It's too much emotion here. Get it out of here.
Well, now our kids have graduated out of schools. We don't even have to fight about that anymore.
I know.
Boring.
What are you going to do?
Can everybody be back in school?
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. I got a lot of friends still in the world, and your perspective changes, especially after this last group. But I think I got almost as many kids that I view as my guys that I coached when they were kids out in River Valley as I do Mojave.
Well, you're probably in your last few years of that, you think?
There's 2 classes, but my
know.
dumbass started coaching, so now I know all these kids that were freshmen last year, or even 8th graders, and so I know a bunch of these kids, and it's like, and now I don't know, it's never gonna end.
It's never gonna end. I think that we would be bored if so.
Yeah.
If we went somewhere and kids didn't say hello to us, would that not be so weird? Yeah.
I'm gonna figure out something to do with myself next year, but this year I'm gonna
take a break.
Spend a lot of time, go see Benjamin.
You have a lot of traveling to do, so get your bags, get your 5 shirts, just put them in there.
Try not to drive my daughter insane.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, you're not quite done.
No, but my sweetie is just as content to have a book as she is to.
Yeah. And you know what? She's good with going places. Like, where you guys want to go, she don't care.
She doesn't care. As long as she has a book and we get some food at some
I love
point.
all your family adventures.
Yeah.
Making the most of it.
I know. I've been a little dramatic, but, I've been, in my head counting down the weeks because, Benjamin leaves in 2 weeks or whatever it is. And I hope he comes back. I hope, but he's off on his own world now. And you never know when or if you'll ever have that again.
100%. Everything changes when they get their driver's license. It changes when when they leave school. It changes, and then they get to do whatever they want at this point. Like, what the heck? I don't know.
Good luck. I'm just not paying for it.
I hope you can pay for yourself. Well, thank you for letting me show up. So happy to be here.
Good to see you.
Love you guys. Let's go. Have a good day.